Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Wasteland 2. We are in the museum. I've got back to where we were after our little mishap with the tactical nuclear missile, which we managed to blow up. I don't even think it's a tactical nuclear missile, actually. I had a look at it. You used to actually have these things. They developed them, which sounds insane, but they were basically, if you've ever played like the Metal Gear Solid franchise, like what was it? Was it Snake Eater? They used to have, like, for all extended purposes, a portable nuclear rocket launcher, which was that you basically fired it. It was on vehicles. I believe they could be fired as well from standing, but they were basically like half a nuclear, like trying to remember the nuclear yield of them, like half a megaton nuclear warhead that you basically had on the equivalent of an underslung RPG. You could have them on vehicles as well, and it was pretty terrifying. There seems to be some sort of like mounted on a vehicle or something, like base defense. But basically, it was the same concept. You had them on vehicles. I've seen pictures of them being used, like in training exercises, but they were seen to be massively risky. But it was basically like a weapon of last resort kind of thing, like a massive deterrent. But everything else has gone exactly the same. We've got all the documents, intelligence report, memories of my time in the Rangers, Genu Vagas, S. Vagas, Chapter 3, walking back and going forward. So, have you gone away and read Slummock's history of how me, Angelina Death, Hellraiser and Thrasher and good old Ace killed all the robots, blew up base Kochi and saved the world. Pretty exciting, huh? Good ending. 2. Neat, tidy, wraps everything up in a bow. Bad guys dead, we all live. Beers and happy times all around. Well, like I promised you, I'm going to tell you the bits that didn't make it into the history, like how the trek back to Range Center nearly killed us, or how it led to us moving to our new headquarters. I didn't really want to walk back to HQ, not after getting the crap kicked out of us by robots for a day and a half. Unfortunately, the chopper wasn't in any kind of shape to fly us back, so we didn't really have a choice. We started marching. It wasn't easy. There were still plenty of killer robots wandering around, and plenty of other baddies who'd come snooping in the aftermath, hoping to pick up some fresh salvage. Tired as we were, we had to fight through them all. Vax was a lifesaver here, taking point in every fight and soaking up a hellstorm of bullets. Then once we got within the stone's throw of Vegas and he saw we were safe, it turned around and walked into the desert. We never saw him again. Damn shame, only robot I ever liked. In Vegas, we rested and restocked at Farron Bogo's place. He welcomed us with open arms, and why shouldn't he have? Now that he'd taken care of his cyborg problem for him, the last real obstacle for him crowning himself king of Vegas was gone. We smoothed the road for him, and he was grateful. At the same time, even as we rested and celebrated for him and his men, it was clear that we would eventually come to conflict with what us being on opposite sides of the law and all. Still, he wished us well, and we left for Needles, and I think he meant it. Everywhere on the road we saw signs of Wasteland continued to struggle with the robots and mutants that had brought us north. People think the Rangers blew up base Kyochi, and that was that. With a hundred ignominious struggles followed. Travelling merchants fighting refugee mutants from Darwin Village. The policy in Needles fighting cyborgs. Even raiders fought these threats. It took years and years, but added together all those minor skirmishes made the wastes a relatively safe place they are today. A few days on, we passed by Guardian Citadel and had a look in to see what was worth looting. I don't remember which one of us first came up with the idea of taking it over. Maybe Ace, but who knows. It seems like a pretty obvious idea looking back at it. It was secure, self-sustaining and well stocked, and a damn sight more comfortable than the old prison. But what more could a ranger want? Our return home was not exactly the beer and sausage affair you might have expected. I won't deny our destruction of the base Cochise was key winning the robot war, but as I said before, it was far from the only battle in that war, nor were the robots the only threat we were facing at the time. There were also Finster's mutant nightmares, some of which had actually managed to breach the walls of Ranger Center, leaving many of our brave brothers and sisters dead, so it was a pretty sober homecoming. it also seemed to me like proof that the Rangers urgently needed to move to a more secure location, and so I went to General Suguri and told him of Ace's idea to move into Guardian Citadel. Unfortunately, though, he was a good man and a solid, dependable leader. He was not exactly a visionary, and though I did my best to point out all the advantages of the plan, he refused, saying the time was too unstable and a hasty move was too risky. Angina, Ace and I kicked up a ruckus like the young hotheads we were, but the old man would not budge, and so did the Rangers. Finally, however, time and age did what the youth and impatience could not. The General Sugars retired. In the meantime, I'd been clambering up the ranks, taking on more and more responsibility. When he finally stepped down, I stepped in to take his place. We treated the old man with the respect he was due, but didn't wait too long before organising a move to what is now Ranger Citadel. I don't think anyone can question the decision now that we're here. We are now more secure, better positioned and stronger than we ever were before. Okay, Smack, I'm done. Might have been boring, but not have been enough fighting. But that's what real life is like. It might not be interesting, but that's always more of a story than just we won and they moved to a new home. Right, that's the journal. With History of the Desert Rangers. We'll read that in a bit. That's 2, 3, and 4, is it? You didn't miss any, did we? We've got a toaster we can't fix. Laser guns. No, nothing there. Laser cannon, I should say. So we've got left is that door. This door we've seen many like it. Though itself is mostly filled with charts, maps and topographical survey, there may well be in Venusian a few interesting titles stick out. What's this? Okay, so that's intelligence reports. Okay. Let everyone catch up. If that was Blitten, we must have been Parker, which makes this right. So she gets that. So what does he have? I'm probably going to sell these, or at least put them somewhere, because obviously it really takes up room. First part of the intelligence report: investigation into the country of robots in Las Vegas sewers by Ranger Ann Ellick. Brief: this was an investigation ordered by General Vargas on the 12th February 2099 to determine the source of robots discovered in the sewers underneath Las Vegas and to calculate the likelihood of such a threat rising there again. In 2087, General Vargas, then Ranger Vargas and his fellow Rangers entered the sewers under Las Vegas, gaining access by following Farron Borgo's instructions to go for the Temple of Servants of the Master from Clouds, using a sonic key to open the door to the sewers. Considering how difficult it was to get into the sewers, it was reasonable to expect to find the place abandoned. Instead, the Rangers encountered heavy resistance from several forms of robots. The place was crawling with them from wall to wall, as the General puts it, but perhaps more striking than the sheer amount of synthetics was their unique, often puzzling nature. Semi-intelligent cyborgs wielding firearms were the most normal, but they were also much stranger. From scouring the sewers for remains and interviewing the surviving Rangers and eyewitnesses, we discern numerous distinct types, names generally as used by Rangers themselves. Crawlmen or crawler, close combat cyborgs attacking with their bare hands. Centrons made up of a meld of metal and flesh from where they were capable of galloping at high speeds. Cylons, cybernetic wolves, recognised by their wolf-like howls when sustaining decay into static hiss. Tronosaurus, gigantic reptiles. Boratron Strictor, cybernetic giant snakes. Boratron Strictor, cybernetic giant snakes. No, as no remains of this creature were found, the Rangers only encountered them in the darkness. Their exact nature could be ascertained. Tronodile, mechanical crocodiles. Query: what purpose could mechanical aquatic life forms have in the desert? Tarzella, a nightmare of metal, vaguely scorpion-like, but really not like any creature we know, capable of shooting metal spines from its tail. Cybertrike, cybernetic meld of man-like forms and motorcycles, known for roars of their engines. Hexbrog, squat, six-armed cyborg, could use multiple weapons at the same time, surprisingly intelligent and adaptive. Query: if we recovered and restored, could turn out to be quite handy? Okay, that's it. terrible pun. Okay, we obviously can't put stuff anywhere, so we're going to have to please. Once we've read these things, I'm probably going to have to sell them, just because it's taking up an absolute load of space. There's no getting around. Despite the bathrobe and slippers and the high-tech artificial leg, this guy is intimidating. Fat, yes, but there's a lot of muscle under all that padding, and he's 6 if an inch. Also, he's fit to the size of canned hams. Sergeant Gilbert Frasser Segura. Yeah, I know. You're new recruits, heroes of Hypole, etc. Well, I don't do tours. Flintlock does the tours. I just do maps. So unless you have questions about the maps, talk to him. Thanks. General Vargas. Do you know General Vargas? Sergeant Gabriel Frasser Segura. That's General Vargas to you. A wild man back when we patrolled together. Now he's too cautious for his own good. All the Rangers. So you're proud to be a Ranger? That's a bit of a stupid question to ask it. If the Rangers didn't exist, I would have joined some scavenger gang and been dead before I was 30. I may have lost my leg in service here, but I found my mind. I call that a bargain, best I've ever had. How do you mean, too cautious? We lost a lot of men taking this place, and I understand him wanting to regroup and rebuild, but it's been 15 years. While we've been sitting here guarding our little patch, the weeds have been growing beyond our borders, and every year we let them go, we're going to be harder to cut them back when the time comes. What are our borders? Look at this map. This is Range Citadel. Our territory stretches from realm nomads here to in the north to Ag Center in the south and Hypole to the east. That's it. Everything outside the triangle has become Terra Incognita, which basically means Terra World or Terra Land. I can't remember what Incognita means. Our influence is shrinking when it should be expanding. Hypole, you know about Hypole. The reservoir and water treatment plant, places like a fortress, which is not surprising considering how valuable water is. We get our water from there in exchange for patrol up here. Good thing you saved it, Ag Center. Well, it was a research facility that tried to figure out ways of growing more and more better crops in the wasteland. Now it's gone thanks to you, and we'll all probably starve. This is the thing I don't get, which is like, yeah, you may starve, but at least they can grow their own food because you have water. This is the thing I don't understand, which is that they keep on going on, oh, we're going to starve. It's like, yeah, but you still have water. You can still grow crops. You have water. If you didn't have water, everyone would be dead within like 7 days. Well, they're in a desert, so it's got to be more like 5. Rail nomads. A little town built up out of rail cars, always fighting amongst themselves. They don't generally bother anybody else, but a bit of a drug problem though. I wish they would end their conflict. Every time one of them gets the upper hand, I have to change the maps. Weeds, raiders, militia, mutant animals, mad scientist, coach. We keep on our own backyard clean, but beyond it, the wasteland is worse than it ever was, and there are places out there that haven't been updated on my map since we got here. What's so interesting about maps? Keeping accurate maps is an important part of a ranger's job. Knowing locations and distances to towns, oases, and resources keeps our communications alive. We also need to put in new places on the map when we find them, catalogue who lives there, and if they're a threat. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be getting back to it. New places. We're always looking to expand our knowledge of our world. Write down all the places you visit on your travels, and when you come back, I'll reward you for the places I don't already have on the map. The more the better. Oases are important. There aren't many places to find drinkable water out in the desert, so if you're trying to keep the maps current about which are pure and which run dry, and no, I'm not giving you a map. Part of becoming a ranger is finding water for yourself. We had to do it in my day. You do it in yours. Okay, this is the thing. This is also a really stupid idea. He's complaining about like lack of manpower and being too cautious. And it's like, oh yeah, we're going to send you out into the desert with no way of finding water. You had to find it on your own. Good luck, because that's how we've always done it. It's a bit stupid. Corporal Eggleston. His incessant chattering can be wearing, but I'm glad he's here. He acts as a shield for idiots who otherwise would bother me. There's a tour. Every time Vergus brings new recruits to the Citadel, they always want us to show them around the museum. Well, I don't have time for it. You never pay any attention anyway. Where'd you get the cool artificial leg? If you ask about it again, I'll tear it off. I tear it off and beat you beat you to death with it. Come on, what if one of us loses a limb? You're going to keep a fix like this to yourself? Sigh, you're right, I'm being selfless. I got it from a woman named Dr. Kyle. Don't know where she came from, but it was excellent work. It's not for the squeamers though. The new leg is fine, works like a charm, but it's powered by a fuel cell that's implanted in my chest. Kind of freaks me out, to be honest. What's freaky about it? It's like a little blue gem set into my breastbone. First few nights I had it glowed. The glow kept me awake. It feels unnatural.
This is wonderful. Preserving the knowledge of the past. I'm glad to see this.
I'd wish... This is the thing, I know that she's not... The problem is, we know that she's not, like, she's talking like the Native American, like, so basically she's like talking slow and particular, but we know that she can actually speak normally, and it's like, I know you can speak normally, why are you basically keeping up like this wise act when we know, okay, we're in the medical room apparently. There's the doctor, Sergeant Dr. Eric Tideman. This man must be the Ranger Doctor, judging by the tools he's carrying around. He walks around the room tending to his patients, but frequently stops to catch his breath. You can see tattoos running around his neck and arms, though you can only catch a glimpse of the latter when he reaches up to cover his mouth during a coughing fit. Yeah, he's not well. Eric Tideman. Huh? Oh yeah, new gasp recruits. Hurt, need supplies, or just snooping. You're taking pills, Doc? Watch it to you, can't a sick man take hack pills? What's wrong with you? Anything we can do to help? Not unless you've got a cure for lung cancer on you. Ha 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 he he, hook, hark, cough, god damn it, cough it. Before the apocalypse they could have had chemo, cough, therapy, Latari, healing crystals. Now all I can do is take pain pills and wait for the end. And these fucking pills aren't working anymore. Will you take pain pills if we find them? Hell yes, anything, cough, anything, I'll trade you double for any you find. Oh, that's cool, so if we find pain pills, we can basically use them for him. What if we found a cure? How will a comedian? There's no cure, not for 150 goddamn years. Not unless you believe those crackpots who say that Finster found one before he died. Who was Finster? Mad scientist, lived in a place called Darwin's Village, was working on hack. He splutters modified humans for hostile environments. But there are rumours that he pauses, invented a lot of diseases and cures too. Bullshit, of course, and even if it wasn't, Darwin Village doesn't exist anymore. Where was Darwin Village? North of here somewhere. Asked Sagara, but it's gone. The Rangers levelled it, then radiation ate it, nothing left. What's Sergeant Sagara like? Thrasher, map guy. He's in the library, keeps track of where things are and where they used to be. Yes, please, we need to stock up. Right. So it's only going to trade in medical items. We've got 40 antibiotics. We don't really need anything right now, I just wanted to see what he had. Yeah, we need to be fixed up. Cough, alright. Then line up and let me have a look. Right, okay. Done. Just having a snoop. Well, don't stay out till you're sick. Well, don't stay out till you're sick. No looky loos. Right, so he's basically, we need to find medication for him, I take it. Find painkillers to help Dr. Tideman make it through the day. We could go to Darwin's Village, but the thing is, this game all ties into like the previous game, so I take it that in the previous game you go to Darwin Village and you confront basically the mad scientist and deal with him. Yes, I know. Interruptions. Darwin, not Darwin's. Darwin didn't own it. Well, nobody does since the radiation overwhelmed it. It's abandoned. I mark a spot on your map. Now, Darwin's village is out there. We might be able to get to it. I don't know. But first, we need to get up. Enjoy the hike. Right, so if we want to go there, it will take us
Hey now, Thrash.
and G. Right. Perimeter secure. Rangers. So they got gun turrets. Sorry, let's just let this type through. A stark functional room with smells of gun, oil and leather. Behind the counter is protected by a steel bunker cage. You see rows of metal cells going back into the darkness. The cells are piled with weapons, armour, uniforms and other gear. There are also filing cabinets along one wall and clipboards hanging from the nails beside the message board. Standing at the counter is a beefy young sergeant. He gives you a sly smile and an extravagant salute as you enter. Sergeant Tobias Melson says, "Thank you for your saving hyper recruits. I grew up near there, so it means a lot to me. Not really happy that Red Scorpions were probably going to take it from the Rangers, though." The young sergeant has the build and hearty confidence of a born jock. His neck is bigger around than is bigger around than his head, and his biceps strain at the sleeves of his tight t-shirt. "Sheesh. There hasn't even assigned you a bunk yet, and already the old man's sending you off a couple of do-or-die missions. Well, that's the way it goes down at Raiders these days, I'm sorry to say. So we'd better get you kitted out as soon as possible. You ready to equip yourselves, or do you have some questions?" We have a few questions. Ask away. If you want to know about any of the gear, name it. If you've got questions about the Citadel, I can help you out with that as well. What can we store? Where can we store extra equipment? You see that range lock behind you by the wall. If you want, your team can use it to store extra gear. Don't worry, I'll make sure nobody messes with it. Ah, there we go. We can put everything we don't want into there. Excellent. What about it? Otherwise known as registered at the Ranger Clubhouse. This will be our home away from home for as long as you're a ranger, and there are worse places to live, believe me. The food's good, the water's clean, and you're surrounded by your best pals, a bunch of badass rangers who've got your back no matter what. Who could ask for better than that? Hoo-ha! Is there anything I can help you with? Nah, I'm good. Well, actually there is one thing, now that I think about it. Now that us rangers are getting active again and we're starting to use a lot more ammo, I'm running low. To make more, I need as much brass, lead and steel that I can get my hands on, so if you require any broken weapon parts, especially junk that's left over from modding your weapons, bring them back to me and I'll buy them at a premium. I like raw materials, but seeing as how the only metal we get is from our weekly leave deliveries, broken down parts of our weapons will work. How do you feel about the Rangers? Shining beacon of decency in a dark land. Ain't that what the old man says? Well, we try. You can't be as honourable as the general says when you're out in the wastelands, though. Not if you want to survive. Well, I see it. You'll be as honourable as possible after you make sure the other guy's dead. Do or die. What do you mean by do or die, old man? What do you think of Vegas? You think Vargas is too old for the job? Cough. I wouldn't say that. The General's a good man, but well, he's not exactly a man of action anymore, is he? I mean, he kicked ass back in the day, based Cochise and Finster, but nowadays it feels like we're all about sitting around on our asses most of the time, you know. Who was Finster? Some kind of mutant master. Finster created all these mutants and tried to take over the world with them or something. Anyway, Vargas and the other old guys kicked his ass and made the world safe for humanity again. At least that's what Flintlock tells it. From what I was able to read, like, about the first game, like, if you play the first game, you basically find out that the reason that the world is in the state that it is that basically the Cornish AI goes nuts, and it tries to protect the world from humanity by nuking it, because it sees humanity as like a plague upon the world, and so it basically nukes it, and that's why you're in this sort of mess in the first place. What about base Cornish? The greatest threat the Rangers ever faced, or so all the Rangers say. A bunch of robots in an old military base doesn't sound like a big deal to me, but whatever. I just wish something big would happen now. I'm tired of hearing old war stories. I want to live through some of those stories on my own. Yeah, the problem is everyone says that, and then stuff like, the problem is everyone goes like, oh, I wish they had action, and then literally something horrendous happens. It's like, God, I wish I was back in my little office. Sorry, having a quick sip of water. All this writing kills your throat box. Old man. Oops, did I say that out loud? Don't tell Vergus I called him about to hit me with his cane. What do you mean, do or die? Well, choosing between high pool and accent wasn't exactly easy, was it? And follow up on those radio signals already killed Captain Ace. Okay, that's good, I know, but it pissed me off. How did one of our best men die on such a bullshit mission? And now Vargas is sending you to finish the job. Hey, I'm glad you found Ace's murderer, but it's not going to stop there. He's going to send you to find some stupid signal. I don't think the signal's a threat. More like a waste of time if you ask me. We've got bigger troubles right here in our own backyard. Why are we going to go chasing radio ghosts? What kind of troubles, you reply? Well, the Red Scorpions for one. I'm afraid if we leave them to their own devices, they're going to get too big to be put down. Red Scorpions, the biggest gang around here right now, and they're getting more organised every day. I say we should go after them and leave these bullshit radio signals alone. Did you hear he was killed by a robot? I hadn't. I heard you found something weird and will bring it to the Mer Captain, though. You don't think the radio mission is important? Don't know why Vergas is so gung-ho to find a signal. It's already killed Captain Ace, and it might kill you too, but nothing as far as I can see. It's probably just some old pre-recorded message there's probably no one there at all. Yeah, that doesn't sound right, man. We've heard that he's deliberately talking about us, which means that it's deliberately aimed at us. Plus he's talking about cyborgs, which would probably get anyone who's basically been to coaches worried. Can you show us what's available? You knew Ace well? Ace was one of the best. All us Rangers looked up to him. Now he's dead, murdered, and for what? So we could chase some radio signal that might or may not be a threat to us somewhere down the line. Sometimes I don't get the general's thinking at all. Well, the reason he's going after it now, mate, is because if you let something build up and they you never want to basically. In certain martial arts, you have a thing about basically time, which is that you never want to react, you always want to act. You always want to be the one controlling time, basically, who reacts to what. So you don't want to be the person sitting around when your enemy basically is going about doing stuff. Because if they go around doing stuff and then attack you, it's going to lose a lot of people, even if you do win. Show us what you have available. Sure, have a look at what we have. So have a look at what we've got while I get your requisition forms ready, and make sure you choose wisely. Won't last a day in the waste without proper equipment and water. Okay, so he's got basically a whole load of tactical stuff, bulletproof vests and the like. Right, so finding water's a real problem. More people die from thirst out in the waste than by bullets, so be wise to top off your canteens every time before you head out. We've got plenty for you over in the mess hall. Right, let's see. Right here. So he's got basically basic armours. He's got combat armour, which would be nice. Tactical vests. Coach gun. Probably want to pick that up. He's got a whole load of really nice stuff. Laser carbine, crowbar, plasma pistol. If you laser pistol. If you go to the Ag Center, you can actually get some of this stuff, which is really nice. I'm a bit low on ammo. I wonder if he'd give us a discount. How much can we get for 40? Right. I do like it that we don't have to worry about having the trader up front. We get it automatically, which is very pleasant. Do we have anything that we want to sell? I mean, we have stuff like pig sit. Why do we need pig sit? Okay. Goodbye. Good luck, recruits.
Hey,
Don't
Nelson.
forget.
How are the guns?
Bargain as always, Angie. Right, so we can store stuff in here, I take it. Right, what do we want to store? Probably put these up here, because I don't know if we'll need them or not. Also, energy cells, because we're not using any energy weapons. I'm going to drop off the history of the Ag Centre. What else do we need? Semi-automatic handgun, chew toy, maybe worth dropping off. That's a quest item. He's okay. She's okay. I'm going to drop off that. Drop that off. I'm not going to drop off all of them in case we come across someone who's using energy weapons, because then he will need energy cells, but we don't need like the amount that we have floating about. Right, I've read that, read that, read that. Drop that off. Also drop off the amount of energy cells that C's got as well. We drop it down to 10. So you can carry that. I'll keep a hold of that. So that should clear up her weight problems for the moment. It helped out a bit. I don't know what the BB is going to be used for. Probably should drop the carbine, the pistol as well. Maybe you can give it to her and she can break it down for scrap. He's running around a pistol as well. And he's running around with a pistol that we don't see he doesn't really need. And then we got that probably what's it worth, 21, break it down for parts as well. Because I think she's the only person that has weaponsmithing. Yeah, we might need to either give him some skills or find someone else who can do it, because I think she's going to leave our party soon. So strip for parts. Okay. Damn, it was 50-50. We never got any of the bits we wanted. Strip for parts. Okay. That's a shame. I was hoping we were going to get something better. Is that enough? Makings. Yeah, let's see what you've got. Wait, what? Okay, so I've probably done something slightly wrong here. Right, so makings, is this enough? Let's see what we've got. So thanks for bringing me these weapon parts. It's tough keeping all the mooks and bullets, but this delivery will help a lot. Keep bringing me what you find and I'll keep paying you extra. Oh, okay, right, good. So we've got 59. What I do need is I need to get... I need to get that shotgun. Out of my party, I need to have a decent level action shotgun. So what's the difference between a coach one? That's 2024 hit 29% hit chance, range 12, 2-round capacity. Slightly more AP, range of 12, range of 10. But it does much more damage. It's a bit more pricey as well. I'm going to get the level action shotgun. It takes a bit more AP. And then I need to get some more sniper bullets. How many do I have? Don't want to get too many, but I just want to get enough to basically tide people over. Right. Right, so... she can't do that. That's maximum range. Problem is we could give that to a sniper. That would drop his range down, his sniper ability, but his chance to hit up. So what's his chance to hit? He's got 76% hit chance. His maximum range is 30 meters though, but that would drop it down to 26 meters. Ooh, I don't know. Sacrifice range for the ability to hit. He needs to have that. That's drop his range now. I'm not gonna. The thing is, I can't customize that one either. We don't have the weapon skill to put that on. So let's switch that out. Give him that. So he's got a nice little shotgun now. He's got a more usable shotgun. Sawn-off shotgun. We'll send it to... we'll actually hold on to it in case he needs to fight something. What I do need, I just suddenly realise, is that I should have made sure that I could have enough money for dynamite. Because I suddenly realised that I don't have enough. Does he sell dynamite? No, he does not. Oh, Niggletus. Or Nigglesnus, or whatever they say in Futurama, the little... I'm a massive fan of Futurama, I really do like it. What are the things in Futurama called? Nibbler is one of them. I can't remember what they call them. Niblonians? Niblonians, that's it. Recruiter, me too. Right, okay. So anything actually here we can use, or is this all just looks nice but doesn't have much use? Okay, there's something in here. Examine the door. It's a door, yes I know it's a door. But I want to make sure that I don't blow my head off.
I hear you're going into the Eastern Radiation. You should consider upgrading your weapons.
Looking closely, you see the woman isn't quite as youthful as she seems. There are a few grey hairs amongst the brown and a lot of lines around her eyes, but she sketches with keen-eyed intensity of a young woman.
A very tough decision, considering it was your first time out. I would have picked Ag Center personally, but I understand your decision. Water is essential to the growth of the wastes. General Vargas gave me the leg from the synthetic life form you discovered. It's truly remarkable, but unnerving. I've never seen robot tech this advanced. It'll take me some time to give it a full examination. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Did the General tell you? He was so pleased that you found Ace's killer that he authorized a requisition order for you. You were to have your pick of some of my more interesting creations.
Requisition.
Some very nice pieces. Let's see. The General allocated a requisition for you, for completing a thorough investigation of Captain Ace's death site. Old Flintlock sent over a requisition with your name on it. Said he hopes better armaments will prevent further deaths.
Right, we've got two requisitions. Bad attitude, a submachine gun. So how does that compare to hers? Slightly more damage. Modifier -1s. Ooh, that's nice. What's this? The Sioux model combat range knife. It's a bladed weapon. White Death. Ooh, that's nice. Leather jackets. So what do we want? I'd probably want the machine gun for her so she can upgrade and have a slightly... And what else do we need? Goat hide armor would be nice. What else? We have 2. Unusual bow. White Death would be really nice. Range chance to hit bonus. But goat hide armor. But you need strength 5. Do I have anyone that has strength 5? If I did, I'd probably give it to Rogue because he's the bloke that's going to get absolutely pummeled at close range. But at the same time, I'm going to go with White Death. It means that he's going to have less evasion chance. But if I stick him in cover and play tactical, the +5 range chance to hit is really nice for the sniper. Oh, that's a critical chance. Let's go with that though.
Looks like you're out of requisitions, Rangers. Remember, it's just 1 item per rec. I'll let you know when I've got more for you.
What do you think of General
Vargas
Vegas?
is a man of vision and prudence. I know a lot of the Rangers think he's too cautious, but I can't agree. Slow and steady is the way to go. He's done an amazing job rebuilding the Rangers after our war with the robots from Base Cochise, and we're stronger than ever before. That doesn't mean, however, that we should now go charging off to fight everybody and their brother. We must expand gradually and fully assess all threats before taking action.
What do you think of what was Base
A
Cochise?
pre-war research facility dedicated to the science of robotics. Its mainframe was malfunctioning and kept building more and more robots and sending them out to defend itself against imaginary enemies. The Rangers destroyed the computer and the robots and saved the world, which is of course a good thing, but, well, I wish I had been a Ranger then. From all reports, the sophistication of the computer's AI was incredible, and its death was a great loss to science. I can't help thinking that, had I been there, I might have been able to find a way to shut it down without destroying it. What a tool for good it could have been.
What threats do we
The others
face?
say that our biggest threat is the Red Scorpion militia, who have taken over the prison which used to be our headquarters. They've been getting more organized and settled, and the fear is, now that they've established themselves, they'll start expanding their borders. What I say is, this will make them easier to negotiate with. Nomadic raiders have nothing to lose. A clan with towns and farms to protect thinks twice about risking their destruction by going to war. I say our biggest threat is expanding too fast. Let's make sure the communities we patrol are fully protected before we go looking for more. Thanks for visiting, recruits. Come by anytime.
Good to
And go
see
see
you,
Sergeant
Captain.
Nelson if you're looking to shop. Likewise, Captain Death.
Right, yep. So
You
just
people really like your toys, huh?
I wish we'd stop with that silly accent. It's not okay. I'll rephrase it. It's not a silly accent, but we know that she can. She's basically putting on airs, and it's slightly annoying. Right. So who's got my stuff? Okay, what's the range? So we lose a slight bit of. I wish we'd change the model of her weapon. So we lose a slight bit of ammo capacity, but in exchange we get more range, more damage. She got a trinket, ammunition backpack, combat speed, weight capacity. Okay, I'm gonna give him that. Where can we find combat evasion? Evasion only 6%. That puts it down to 0, but it does mean that he does a lot more damage. What's the chance to hit? 81. Yeah, I like that personally. I know it's probably not like a okay, he gets that for mechanical repair. She gets that for badassery. Not so bothered about the badassery thing because I don't use her to talk. So I'll take it off and C can have the backpack. We need hats. Everybody's running around without hats. Do we keep on to this? People keep on saying, oh, you should hold on to a backup weapon in case yours gets nicked, which I understand. We've gone on quite a long time. I'm going to quickly end it here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Cornish-knight. If you've liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, on Steam, or in the comment section below. I'm always happy to see you, and always happy to reply. This has been Wastelands 2, Director's Cut. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.